Hello and welcome back to Fantastic Fibers. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how to make this rectangular shawl slash poncho if you decide to sew the buttons on the way that I did. For this one I used Caron Ogos, the Halo one, and I used 3. But that was so that I could color control it. You could safely use 2 and still have plenty enough yarn to make it even a little bit bigger if you needed to. But if you wanted to have as much cream like I have on mine, then 3 would be the recommended number of those Ogos. So this is what it looks like. It's really simple to make. It's a combination of chain stitches, double crochet, half double crochet, and I'll walk you through, if you could do those 3, you can follow along easily. I will not be using this to make the shawl with you guys. I want you to see that even in a regular type of yarn, like maybe Red Heart or Premier Basic or something like that, you would still end up with a beautiful product, and you don't have to be fancy with it. I say fancy because these things can get expensive, but I got them on a good sale. Very good sale. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started, and I will show you how to make this. Oh, let me show you the bottom of it. There we go. I know she's not all the way in the camera. So that's what the bottom of it looks like. Okay. All right, let's get started. Okay, so as you see, I'm going to use Red Heart Super Saver ombre yarn. And in this, you can see you will get 482 yards or 440 meters. I have 2 of them that I think would be used for this size shawl, but I'm going to make mine half size so that it is faster on my end and can even be a child size one. You will be doing a different size than I am, but the stitch count will be the same. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. There it is. This is a H hook that I'm using, and this is a number 4 weight yarn. So we're going to go ahead and make our slip stitch and chain 1 and pull it tight. Then we are going to chain, you're going to chain 201. Okay, I'm going to chain 101. So go ahead and chain your amount, and I will chain mine, and we will meet back up at the end of your count. Now double check it. What I'd like to do is every 50th chain put a stitch marker in it because of how many chains you're going to have. So that's just a little something that I like to do. But yes, double count your work because the count does count. Okay, so now that I've made it to the end of my chain, I'm going to go ahead and skip backwards. I'm going to do a half double crochet. I'm going to skip this first chain here, and I'm going to move directly into the second one. And I'm going to do mine on the back loop. So we're going to yarn over. Let me do that again for you. You're going to yarn over, go into your back loop, yarn over, come back out, yarn over, and pull through all 3 loops. Yarn over, go into the back loop, yarn over, come back out, yarn over, and all through each 3 of those loops. And I'm going to continue to do this for the whole length of my chain. So at the end, because you skipped that one in the beginning, that one does not count as a half double crochet. It is just there to provide the height. So at the end of this, you should have 200 double crochet. And you're going to go ahead and do that all the way to the end. And I will meet you back there to turn our work. Okay, so now that we've made it back to the end, we're going to finish this last 2 stitches. So half a double crochet in this one and half double crochet in this one. Make sure you do get it all the way to that last one. Alright, so now we're going to chain 1. This does not count as a stitch. We're going to turn our work, and we are going to put a whole nother row of half double crochet all the way across. So that's pretty much it. 200 stitches all the way across. And I will meet you at the end. So now we've come to the end again. And what we're going to do is make sure that we have every last of our 200 stitches completed. And that includes this last one down here on the side. So you'll want to make sure that you do not skip that one. If you're a beginner, I know that it's easy to skip that one and you end up making a triangle instead of a rectangle. So now we're going to chain 1. Now remember, this does not count as a stitch. This only helps give us height. So turn your work, and we're going to start the next row of double crochet. So yarn over, go into the top post, yarn over, come back out, yarn over, pull through just 2 this time, and you should have 2 left on your hook. So you're going to yarn over and pull through those 2. That is a double crochet. Let's try it again. Yarn over, in through the top post, yarn over, come back out, yarn over, take off 2, yarn over, take off 2. Pretty simple. Similar to what we just got done doing, except this time you're going to do the full double crochet instead of just the half double. Instead of taking off all 3, you'll just yarn over and take off 2 at a time. Okay, and so now that you've got the hang of that, we're going to go ahead and skip to the end, and I will meet you back as we turn our row. Okay, so now that we've made it to the end again, we're going to do our last 2 double crochets together. So there's 1. I'm sorry. Let's try that again. 1, and this is the last one over here. And there we go. So now we're going to chain 1, turn our work, and we're going to make another row of half double crochet all the way across. Now this is a repeat. Let me see. It's a 7-row repeat. So after we get through the next few rows, this is going to be row number 4. So you'll see that after the next several rows that it'll come right back down to these half double crochets that we started with. And the whole pattern will go again. Okay, so I will meet you down at the end. Okay, so we've made it back to the end of the row. I am going to go ahead and do the last 2 with you. So these are half double, and don't forget that one right on the end. Okay, and you get nice straight lines doing it that way as well. So now we're going to chain 1, turn our work, and we are going to go right back into the first one and do another row of half double crochet all the way across. Now this is the last row that's quite just mundane. The next row will be a little more fun. We're going to create the pattern that you see with the hole part, the part where the holes are. We're going to start that in our next row. So go ahead and go all the way across, and I will meet you at the end again. Okay, so now we've come to the end again, and we are going to go ahead and crochet those last 2 stitches together. All right, and don't forget that very final one. Now we're going to chain 1, turn our work, and just as promised, things will change this round. Okay, so we're going to do 1 double crochet. Okay, then we're going to go into our first top post, yarn over. Let's start that over. Yarn over, go into the next one, yarn over, come back out, yarn over, pull off 2 and stop there. Okay, you're going to have 2 loops on your hook. Now you're going to yarn over, go into the next stitch, yarn over and come on out, yarn over and pull off 2 stitches. Now you have 3. So yarn over, go into the next stitch, yarn over and come out. Now you'll have 5 stitches, or I'm sorry, yarn over and pull off. Now you'll have 4 stitches up on your hook. Okay, you're going to yarn over and pull through all 4 of them, and then chain 2. Okay, let's do that again. Yarn over, go into the very next spot, yarn over, come on out, yarn over, just take off 2, leave 2 on the hook, yarn over, next stitch, yarn over and come out, yarn over, take off 2, and then stay there. So now we're going to yarn over, go back in, yarn over, come out, yarn over, take off 2. Now that we have 4 on our hook again, we're going to yarn over and pull through all 4 and then chain 2. Okay, last time I'm going to do this, and then we're going to go ahead and speed it on up down to the end, and I'll meet you there. So let's go ahead and do this last one together. Yarn over, go into the top post of the next double crochet, yarn over, come on out, yarn over and take off just 2, yarn over, go into the next top post, yarn over and come out, yarn over, take off 2. Now you have 3 loops on your hook. So yarn over, go into the next top post, yarn over and come out, yarn over, take off 2, and now we have all 4 of our stitches. So we're going to yarn over and take off all 4 and chain 2. Okay, so this is what it's going to start looking like as you go along. It will look like that, and you'll have these little spaces as you go on. So go ahead and continue on, and I will meet you at the end. Okay, so now we've made it to the end. I'm going to go ahead and do the last bunch with you. So there's 1, 2, and 3. So now I'm going to draw up a loop and pull through all, then chain 2. And now at the very end, we have 1 last stitch left. So we're going to go ahead and just put a plain double crochet in that. Okay? And so now we are going to chain 1, turn our work. We are going to start off with a double crochet right here in the top of this very first stitch. Now, the next 3 stitches are going to be, I'm sorry, not the next 3 stitches. In this next stitch here, the top post of this cluster here, you're going to go ahead and yarn over, hold on. Let me not rush ahead of even myself. Yarn over, go in through the top post, yarn over, come back out, yarn over, take off 2, yarn over, and take off 2. So just a regular double crochet. And we're going to put 3 double crochet right into this top post here. Excuse me. And there we are. Okay, so it's going to look like that. So now we're going to yarn over and do this exact same thing again. Go into the top post and put 3 double crochet into the same stitch. Okay, now we're going to go into the next one. Yarn over, pull off 2, yarn over and pull off 2. So 3 double crochet right into the top post of each one of these clusters from the previous row. So 1 here, 1 set of 3 there, and you get it, so on and so forth. Okay, and I will meet you back at the end. Okay, so I've made it to the end. I'm going to go ahead and do one more stitch with you. So we're going to go ahead and do another set of those 3 double crochets into 1 stitch, and then our last double crochet in that last stitch there. And there you have it. Now, from this point on, it is a repeat. So you will go backwards down to the bottom, pick up this half double crochet up here, half double crochet for row 2, so then half double crochet here for that next row 2. Then you're going to do the double crochet that you see along here afterwards, then half double and half double again. Okay, so you do all of that, and then you come to these cluster stitches here and the 3 crochets together there. And that's all you have to do, is continue that on until it's as thick as you want it to be, as tall as you want it to be. You could even set this up to be a pattern for a blanket. It doesn't have to be a scarf or a shawl. So there you have it. I'm going to go ahead and make mine to the height that I want it to be. And then when we come back, I will show you how to do the border around the edge of it. Okay? Alrighty. Okay, so I've done the rest of my swatch. Excuse me. So I've come to the end of my section that I am doing. I just made a small swatch for you. Now we're going to go ahead and work on the border. So what I like to do, before we do that, I just like to show you that what I like to do is whatever I had in the beginning before the actual design, I like to take that and repeat it at the top. So even though the row count is only the pattern ends in this section and then you restart, I prefer to not take the last two rows and put them at the top when I'm going to be putting a border on. Okay, so I ended on the second row of half double crochet. So now I'm going to go ahead, chain 1, and turn my work. Turn my work this way. And then we are going to do 1 double crochet, because remember that first chain 1 does not count. And then in the same stitch, we're going to do another double crochet. Now we're going to move on to this stitch here and put 2 double crochet into the very next stitch, then 2 double crochet into the following stitch, And we are working in the top post only, okay? So now we're going to chain 2 and go right back into that stitch and go ahead and put another 2 double crochet. Okay, now we're going to go into the next stitch and put 2 more double crochet. Excuse my yarn. Okay, now we are going to go ahead and chain 3. Okay, we're going to skip 6 stitches, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we are going to go into the 7th stitch with a double crochet, 2 double crochet, I'm sorry. And we are going to go ahead and repeat what we just did in the first stitch. Now this does not count as the first, this one does. These 8 stitches with these chain 2 space, that is the part that we're going to repeat. This is just the end piece. So in the next one, we're going to go ahead, 2 more double crochet, chain 2, then right in the same top post, we're going to go ahead and put 2 more double crochet, and then in the next stitch, 2 double crochet. Now we're going to go ahead and repeat what we just did over there, chain 3, and then skip 6 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're going to go ahead and double crochet into the 7th stitch. We're going to put 2 double crochet into the 7th stitch. Then we're going to go into the following stitch and put 2 more double crochet. And you guessed it, chain 2. 2 more double crochet right in the same stitch. And then 2 double crochet into the following stitch. Okay, so we're going to go ahead now and chain 3. Sorry, my yarn knotted up. So let's go ahead and pull that out. There we go. Now, like I said, we're going to go ahead, chain 3, skip 6 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we are going to go ahead into the 7th stitch and put 2 more double crochet. Now this is going to be the last one that I do with you. I will meet you at the end, and we will go ahead and close it off so that you can see your final product. I'm sorry, no, we have one more row. What am I saying? So I will meet you at the end after this, and we will start the last row. Last 2 double crochet. So this is what it should be looking like as of now. Okay? Now if yours is a little wavy or wonky, that is normal. It will flatten back out after the next row goes on. You'll see, you know, it'll come out like this with the following row. It'll be flat. Okay, so I will meet you at the end. Okay, so we've come to the end here. And as you can see, this is second to the last row here. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to do the last one with you. So we're going to go ahead and skip our 6 and into the 7th one, 2 double crochet, then into the next stitch, 2 more double crochet, chain 2, 2 more double crochet into the same stitch, then into the next one, 2 double crochet, and into the final one, we're going to go ahead, before closing, we're going to put that last 2 double crochet into the final stitch, we're going to go ahead, and if you look, that's the same as the first at the beginning. So you should be able to end the same way. Okay? So now we're going to go ahead and chain 1, turn our work, and begin the next, oh, I'm sorry, do not chain 1. We're going to go ahead and just turn our work, and we are going to slip stitch into these first 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3. I'm sorry, and come back over here. That's number 4, and here is number 5. Okay, so now we're going to slip stitch into that chain 2 space, chain 1, and put 3 double crochet. Now remember that chain 1 is only to give us our height. My yarn keeps splitting. Okay, now we got it. So there's 1, 2, 3 double crochet, chain 2, then right back into the same chain 2 space, we're going to put 3 more double crochet. Okay, so there's 3. We're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to go ahead right in the center of this chain 3 space from the previous row and put a single crochet on that. Let me start that over. Okay, so we're going to put a single crochet right there, chain 3, and then right into this next chain 2 space, we're going to go ahead and work 3 more double crochet, chain 2, and in the same space 3 more double crochet, chain 3, and in the previous row's chain 3 space we're going to put a single crochet. Okay, so this is what it's going to start looking like. As you can see, we've got these nice little spaces down here and the 3 double crochet on top of our 4 double crochet. Okay, oh, I see a mistake. Look at that. Accidentally only did 2. I'm not going to take that out of the video because I want you to see that even I make mistakes. Okay, so let me put that 3rd double crochet in there and then chain my 3 again. Come down to this chain 3 space from the previous row and put a single crochet and chain 3. Then back into our chain 2 space, we're going to go ahead and put 3 double crochet, chain 2, and put 3 more double crochet. Oop, split the yarn again. Okay, there we go. 1, 2, 3, chain 3, 1 single crochet in the chain 3 space from the previous row, chain 3 more, and then I'm going to do this last one with you and I will meet you at the end. So we're going to go ahead into that next chain 2 space from the previous row and put 3 double crochet, chain 2, and place 3 more double crochet right in that same hole. Okay, so go ahead, chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, and go into your next space and continue to repeat this pattern. I will see you at the end and we will close it off together. Okay, so as you can see, I've come to the end. I've done my row, and I'm going to go ahead and get this last one with you. So we're going to go ahead and chain 3. Okay, then we're going to single crochet into this chain 3 space from the previous row, and then we're going to chain 3 and double crochet into this final chain 2 space. So there's 1, 2, and 3, chain 2, and then 1, 2, and third and last double crochet. So now we're going to chain 1 and pull tight, and then chain 1 more and pull tight. Now this is my method for binding off my ends. I do not tuck in my ends, because I've discovered that in doing so the end just comes out anyway. So I've sewn them in before. I've done it to where, you know, it just doesn't work out for me. So this is how I do mine, especially on an end like this. So then I just take my fingernails and I push down and on the knot and pull the string at the same time with my fingernails, like that. Okay, and then with that last bit, I go ahead and cut real nice and close to that knot,